this forth, God. Shift this atmosphere, God. Shift it so that we can be loose in you, God. God, for you started a great work, God. You are well able to finish it, God. God, this we ask and we praise you, God. In the mighty name of Jesus, God.
Oh, yes.
We give you praise, Lord.
Oh, yes.
We give you praise, Lord.
Yes.
We give you praise.
Yes.
The topic that I chose for this morning is called "Woman Should Be Seen and Not Heard." Coming from a woman, so I chose it. Woman should be seen and not heard. And is it okay if I said I'm preaching to myself this morning? That I'm going through a situation that the devil literally have my ankles tied up and have my arms bondage. So do you mind if I preach to get myself loose this morning? Okay, so I can go to the tradition that most of the time, we pray in the Bible, let the scripture be open, everybody's time. I'm going to do it a little different this morning if you want to follow me, please. Okay? So, follow me. In 1446 BC, the book of Exodus was written, and it was the first book that provided us historical reference of slavery. Slavery comes in the form of physical, mental, or verbal abuse. From the era of BC, we know that women were not allowed to speak unless dealing with their husband or giving permission. It goes all the way back into Corinthians where Paul said women should be silent in church. Don't get it mixed up because a few verses down it talks and then it says women should prophesy and pray. So that's another topic for itself. So I ain't going to get into that particular way. So the term woman should be seen and not heard came from an author called Catherine Hegel, who said your physical appearance should be the first thing men see in public, because men don't like a boisterous woman, and men don't like a lady to be ghetto. They consider when you say, "Hey, Sister Susie Mae, I see you last week. What's the tea?" That's an example of, being boisterous with a man, a quote-unquote, a man don't like. Women are considered queen, but for every queen, there is a king present. Between 486 and 465 BC was her reign, was the book of Esther. Of King Esdras. And in the book of Esther, we're going in the book of Esther so you can follow me there. Chapter 1, King Esdras talks about a banquet. He was planning for his counselors. And in this banquet with the counselors, he said he wanted to bring in his wife, Queen Vashti. And he wanted Queen Vashti, his counselors, to only see the beauty of Queen Vashti. And he wanted them to see her beauty and how graceful she was and how poised she was. And to his surprise, Queen Vashti did not want to show up.
That's right.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
So she didn't want to show up. And so he asked his counselors what to do. Tell somebody they didn't come from God. The counselor he went to did not come from God. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Psalms chapter 1. I want y'all to,
Amen.
yeah,
Amen. Amen.
leave with me. And so they said to them, we're going to put a decree, a law that says because she didn't show up, it's going to be an embarrassment. And it is an embarrassment to the whole empire. And the Lord said that she will be banned from the king's presence forever. And so you have later down in some chapters behind that when he said, find me a new queen. And then you have Queen Esther, who was raised by her cousin Mordecai, where Mordecai raised her and trained her to become a queen. And in that particular moment, she learned how to smell good. She learned how to look good. She learned how to brush that hair. She learned how to dress properly, speak properly, eat properly, sit upright. Whatever the process was, Queen Vashti was positioned and prepared for that moment. And so she got to the place after her being in the king's court for a while. She adopted their ways. She adopted now to learn how to be in that particular lifestyle. But as Mordecai began to develop, the king had a friend, a counselor who he promoted, called Haman. Haman became jealous of Mordecai, and the story goes on. And in this moment, Haman decided to put up a plot against Esther and her people that says, kill all of the Jews. I'm breaking it down a little. I'm going to go verse for verse right now. That kill all the Jews. And of course, for some reason, God always got a bird on there to leak the information. And so the Mordecai got wind of this information, and he said, Esther, you need to talk to the king. And Esther started to play crazy, but Esther remembered who she was. And Esther then sent word back to her people saying, tell my people, pray and fast. In the book of Mark 9:29, where Jesus was speaking with his disciples, and the disciples were trying to cast out or heal a particular boy, Jesus said, this kind come by prayer and fast. And so Esther then said, tell my people, pray and fast. So Esther then remembered who she was. But I want you to go verses back with me. The first queen, which was Queen Vashti, in chapter 1, got banned from the king's presence because she disobeyed. In order for Queen Esther to go into the presence, the king rules was you could not be in his presence unless you are summoned. The rule there was you are not allowed to speak to the king unless you are asked to. You have Queen Vashti broke the first law. And now you have a new queen under a whole new submission society to say, I will break this law too. He got rid of the flesh, but did not get rid of the spirit.
That's right. That's right.
Queen Esther said, if I perish, I will perish. So let me give you the AKA version to that. When Queen Esther said, if I perish, I perish, Queen Esther was saying, no weapon that is formed against me shall be able to prosper. When Queen Esther was saying, if I perish, I perish, she was saying, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. That art with me, thy Lord and thy staff will comfort me. Esther knew exactly what she was saying. Esther knew what she was saying. And so, Catherine, the author, said, women should be seen and not heard. Esther said to herself, not only am I going to lose my family, but I'm going to lose everything connected to me, including my life. I was trapped in a situation in 2011. I think this is the first time I ever went into details about this situation. In 2011, the Lord sent me back to Freeport. In 2011, I had no clothes, I had no shoes. The shoes that I had on my foot was something that I bought from my mother, and the shoes was too big. I had one jeans pants that I wore every year. My first message was preached in my jeans, and I had two shirts at the particular time. The skirt I found was a skirt that I found my sister was giving away to Salvation Army, and it had two holes in it that I sewed up myself. I found myself with no funding and no finance, whatever. When I had family members, of course, working, but none of them gave me $1. And then I remember finding a tomato soup can and in the back of the cupboard, and I got water, and I put it together, and I warmed it up, and that was my meal.
Thank you, Jesus.
I found myself broken. I found myself being homeless. I found myself losing my mind. And when I walked into the church people had the nerve to laugh, but they didn't know my situation.
Oh my God.
They didn't know my situation. But I continued to preach anyway. And I continued to press my way anyway. Because I understand when the Bible said, we know that all things work together for those who love God and are called according to purpose. When you see me giving God my praise, when you see me giving God the glory, the Lord is strong, mighty, and powerful. I dare you to give my God a praise, because I look back on where God has brought me from, and the thing God has brought me through, and I dare you to give my God a praise, because He said, I am the head and not the tail. He said I'm above and not beneath. He said I'm the lender and not the borrower. Like a green cloud, surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. And now I just go, because we're going to start a party up in here, but I'm not.
All right.
And I need celebration. So do we have another piano player in the audience? No? He's right there? Oh, okay, listen. The situation that I'm in, I pray without music. And I don't know how to do that all by myself. But to continue on, Esther realized all the things that she had to hold on to. And Esther realized, I'm in my broken place. And Esther realized, if I don't change some stuff right now, that is going to be it. Oh, thank you, Marcus, for coming. We're going to, okay. Continue to follow me. The first rule was broken by them. The second rule was broken by favor. The reason why I said favor, because the first queen got banished, but the second queen was accepted. The second queen was accepted to go on. And her husband, which was the king, heard what she had to say. Watch this. He did what she asked. The first thing she said, I want to save my people. She asked for one thing, but God gave her something else. Her enemies was released into her hand. Okay. When in the Bible we talk about the quotes where you say you dig one ditch, you better dig two. Because the one you dig for me might be for you. Okay, so now we have Haman who set up the plot, and then you have King Ezra said to them, hang him. It says, hang him. The devil tried to kill me. And the devil tried to kill everything connected to me. And it tried to hold up my finance. And then it tried to hold up on my job line. And then it tried to hold up on